The NFL draft was absolutely crazy. It took a while to get to the receivers, right? I thought maybe JSN might go sooner than expected, and he did not. He kind of fell. Then we had a huge wide receiver run. Then we had a big tight end run. The quarterbacks, I was floored. I did not think a lot of the smoke screens. We saw Will sitting in the draft room. He fell all the way to the second round. I didn't think Anthony Richardson would jump so high to come right away to the Colts. But to me, one thing with Richardson, I've seen a lot of people, I've seen him in a lot of Superflex now. Superflex, even one QB league, him jump up even over Bryce Young, even over CJ Stroud, which is just outstanding. I think the draft capital with him, that now everyone's like, oh, we're grabbing him, right? If he had fallen, maybe let's say he did fall like Will Levis, I think he would have not been so hyped up. And now everyone's talking about him. I still feel that I shared in the other video where we talked about the draft and where I would take him. It's hard for me to grab him before the other two quarterbacks. He's got the rushing upside. We know what that means. But if you cannot hit over 53% of your passes, and that's what he's done. I've shared his stats before. 53%, 17 touchdowns, 9 picks. None of those are outstanding, screaming passing stats. And if that's what you have, and the defense can take that away from you, they are going to prevent you from breaking giant plays. And this isn't just like a, the Colts have a really good team. So I'm excited to see him there with Taylor. They got Michael Pittman. They have pieces there. I just want to see, can he progress? He is, I believe he only had 1 year starter. You got to get more than that. So this could be something to where if the Colts are kind of hanging around in a pretty decent team halfway through with Minshew, we might not see Richardson at all. You might see him if Minshew gets hurt. If the Colts just completely fall apart, then he might get thrown in. But I don't know. With Richardson, if I put out on Twitter that, hey, if I can get him at 1.05 or later, he is a steal. And I've had people say, oh, no, he ain't going for that. Well, I have seen in a few of the drafts him go at 1.4, 1.5. I haven't seen him go anything after 1.5. So most are right. But I'm just floored when I see him at 1. I actually saw a league 1.1 he went over Bijan Robinson. So that's my thoughts on Richardson. I'm glad he got drafted there. I think that's great for fantasy. Another quarterback, right? A lot of it we didn't until his outstanding combine numbers. He wasn't really thrust into the conversation of being a top 3 quarterback with CJ and with Bryce. And it turns out he is. He's right there with them. So yeah, I think that's great for fantasy to have another rushing quarterback coming in, right? With the Jalen Hurts and the Lamar Jackson, and now you got Richardson, who if he can show any kind of completion percentage, if he can gets out there and completes maybe 60% in a few games, not for the whole season. He has a couple games where, hey, 60%, maybe this game 70%. If he can get that, that might open it up more for him. But if he doesn't, if he goes out there and he's looking like, he's 4 for 19 passing, really, and we've seen guys do that, put those kind of games up, where you're like, what the heck? And he's rushing 50, 60 yards. That's not going to matter. The good news is the Colts are going to give him all the time in the world. You don't invest in someone like that just to boot him out because he might struggle with his. They'll work on him. So fantasy, I like him. I would personally still not grab him over CJ or Bryce. I would not grab him over Bijan Robinson, which is crazy. You will see that once in a while. A quarterback needy team, draft Bijan and then trade him off and grab another quarterback you can go with. But I know the hype is exciting. It's exciting to get maybe the next possible great rushing quarterback. And you want to get in, just like with any stock when it comes to, and that's how fantasy is. It is like the stock market. You want to get in at the ground floor and be there when it rises up to either capitalize and trade it and ship it off, or hold on tight and say, hey, I've been there. I got him cheap. I didn't have to pay him a ransom to get him. I didn't have to pay $13,000 a share to get in on this product. I got him at 13 bucks. So with with Anthony Richardson, that is my thoughts on him. Go after him if you can. Talk to you guys later. Peace.